Hi everyone, this is Jay, your instructor for microprocessor and the interfacing. In the previous sessions, we have discussed the block diagram of the microprocessor 8085. In the block diagram, we have seen what is register section and we have seen the function of the control unit. In today's session, we are going to see the remaining portion of the block diagram of the microprocessor 8085. So this is the block diagram of 8085. You all know that, right? Now let's see the interrupt section. Before going to see the interrupt section, you should know first what is interrupt. So processor will be performing its own program, its own process. When processor is executing its own process and when the interrupt is received at the processor will stop that process. It will hold that process and it will start executing the process which is initiated by the interrupt. After the process which is initiated by the interrupt is completed, the processor will start performing its own process from where it stopped, and that is known as interrupt. Generally, interrupt is divided into two types, which is hardware interrupt and the software interrupt. Right now you can see in the block diagram it is hardware interrupt. You can see in the interrupt section there are 6 pins. There is trap, then there is RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5, INTR and INTA bar. So you can notice that from these 6 pins, 5 pins are input and 1 pin is output. So in the microprocessor 8085 there are 5 hardware interrupts, which is trap, RST 5.5, 6.5, 7.5 and INTR. The last pin, which is INTA bar, and it is for interrupt acknowledgement. Right, now let's see the priority of this interrupt. So you can see that from this 5 pins, the trap is having the highest priority and the INTR is having the lowest priority. So the priority, you can see that is a trap is at the highest priority. After that the RST 7.5, then RST 6.5 and RST 5.5, and last one is the INTR. So what is this meaning of priority? Priority means that if the processor is getting interrupt at 2 pins at the same time, so the processor will execute the interrupt which is having the highest priority. For example, processor is getting interrupt at its 2 pins, which is trap and RST 7.5. So it will execute which interrupt? The trap. Why? Because it is having the highest priority. You can see that the trap is non-maskable interrupt and the remaining interrupts are maskable. Now what is the meaning of the non-maskable and the maskable? Maskable means that if processor is performing very important program, in that case the processor can mask those interrupts which are less important or no important. But the trap is non-maskable interrupt. It means that if processor is performing any important program and if it is getting interrupt at trap pin, it has to stop that program and it has to execute the interrupt which is initiated by trap. Now let's see the next block, which is serial input output section. Using this serial input output section, the microprocessor can send data to peripheral devices. So the 2 pins are there in the serial input output section, which is SID and SOD. SID means that serially input data and SOD means that serially output data. It means that if you want to send data, for example, if you want to send 8 bits of data, in that case you have to send all these bits one by one. And if you want to receive any data, in that case you have to receive all the bits one by one. You cannot send data parallelly, right? Then after, the next block that we are going to discuss is the instruction decode section. You can see that for the instruction decode section there are two blocks. First one is instruction register, and after that there is a instruction decoder and the machine cycle encoder. Now to understand the function of this block, let's see one example. You can see that there is a memory, and in the memory one instruction is stored. Now you know the basic function of the microprocessor, right? When you start the microprocessor, it will start to fetch, decode and execute each and every instruction one by one. Right now there is only one instruction in the memory, so processor will fetch that instruction, and when it fetch that instruction, the instruction will move from the memory to the instruction register. So the fetch process is completed. After the fetch process is completed, the instruction will be passed from the instruction register to the instruction decoder and the machine cycle encoder block. So in this block the instruction will be decoded, and in this block processor will know that how many machine cycles will be required to execute one instruction. You can consider machine cycle as a time required to execute instruction. So in this block processor will get to know that how many time one particular instruction will be required to execute. Some instruction will require lesser time and some instruction will require more time. And after the instruction is decoded, after the processor knows that how many machine cycles is required, that decoded instruction will be passed to the control unit. The control unit is connected to different blocks within a microprocessor. So when the decoded instructions arrives at the control unit will send different control signals. And by sending different control signals, different block within a microprocessor will perform some task, and together the instruction will be executed. So to fetch, decode and execute one instruction, these blocks are used. And this is it for the block diagram of the microprocessor 8085. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much.